So, Battlefield 6 just had its first reveal trailer, and truth be told, it was actually really goddamn good. But this wouldn't be the first time that they've baited us with a really awesome trailer. Out of the last 4 Battlefield games, the only one out of all of them that sucked big fat was Battlefield 5 with its goofy goober ass characters and whatever this is.
Hello, old friend.
But a good trailer doesn't really mean that the game itself will be any good. But while we're already on the topic of trailers and marketing, Battlefield 5 dropped the ball as hard as they could, while Battlefield 2042 did almost everything right in that regard. From blatant fan service to epic large-scale battles to some crazy only in Battlefield moments at every corner, it gave the illusion that nothing could go wrong. But what those two games had in common was that they were nearly unplayable dog shit at launch, and even to this day, they're just mediocre Battlefield games at best that most people don't remember fondly.
Know your fucking place, trash!
So being quite skeptical over a cinematic trailer is quite warranted. But when you go on YouTube and type in Battlefield 6 right now, you get like 100 different 10 things you missed in the trailer type videos or good old reaction content. So I'd like to talk about this trailer from a little bit of a different perspective. Rather, I'd like to talk about what this game actually means for the future of this franchise as a whole. So first things first, let's call it cope or straight delusion, but this time around, Battlefield 6 seems to be really promising and finally after all these years, heading in the right direction. I get it. A lot of people were bummed by the last 2 games real badly. And do not pre-order, I mean that goes without saying. But for the first time in years, I feel like I might actually put some faith in this franchise once again and believe that this game might actually turn out good. And maybe, just maybe, pull off what Battlefield 1 did almost 9 years ago. Holy shit, this real been this long, eh? I feel like an absolute unk bro, I swear to god. But even with that said, I will be reserving my excitement till I actually play the damn thing. Cause the last 2 games really left a shitty taste in my mouth that's been quite hard to wash out. But one thing I gotta point out is that the development approach seems to be quite different from the last 2 entries. Not only have they had extensive playtests with Battlefield Labs, a lot of early alpha gameplay is already on YouTube, and that was way before the official reveal was even dropped, which was not the case for the last 2 games. And when looking at that alpha gameplay, it once again looks like a proper Battlefield game. And not this awful Battlefield from demo type shit.
Yeah, Angel does it again!
And even if we look at all that already released alpha gameplay, it seems to be in a better technical state than either of those games were at launch. Which albeit isn't a high bar to reach, but that's just one more reason that gives me hope for this game that I didn't know I had. But most definitely, my favorite part is that it seems that Battlefield 3 and 4 seem to be the main inspirations for this game. We have a modern setting, a believable conflict, realistic tech, class-based combat, and no fucking specialist. Just faceless soldiers and grunts, like we used to have back in the good old days, yeah? And now we just pray and hope that they don't put on some fucking clown skins in this game just to get the money out of the Code Keats mom's credit card. But in general, I'm just happy that they aren't trying to reinvent the wheel this time around, and are finally giving the long-term fans what they wanted for years at this point. An updated version of Battlefield 3 and 4. And as Battlefield 4 is one of my most played games ever, I wanted a refreshed version for the longest time, and seeing them actually try to bring back that old feeling just gives me immense joy. Battlefield 4 was essentially my introduction to PvP multiplayer games in the first place. So it being such a large part of my teenage years, it really holds a special place in my heart. And really makes me want this game to succeed. But on the topic of nostalgia, the Battlefield formula has been basically the same for over 20 years at this point. So it's good to see that they don't try to fix something that was never broken. And this time they finally seem to be listening to the feedback that people have been giving them for years, and not forcing their garbage ideas through just like the last 2 titles, just because it's popular at the time.
But what about the wider audiences? Everybody entered Disabled Grandma needs to be able to play this game.
Like motherfucker, I'm not buying a Battlefield game to get this generic slop that every Call of Duty or big franchise on the market is providing. I'm buying it because it is Battlefield and there's nothing really like it on the market. So if a Battlefield game simply fails to be a Battlefield game or provides a subpar experience compared to its predecessors, I'll either skip it or maybe wait for a sale. For For those reasons, I never got Battlefield 5 or 2042 at launch, because there were simply too many red flags and problems that I couldn't ignore. I later got both those games for like 5 years on Steam sales, but truth be told, I wouldn't be paying any more money for them than I already did, as those games, even after all the years of updates, are painfully mediocre. So considering the state that this franchise is in, I'm sure that both devs and EA know that after 2 launches like that, this title is a make it or break it moment in whether Battlefield franchise will stick around or fade into obscurity, as people nowadays move on to other games really quickly. So it's really good to see that they seem to be serious about this game, rather than the we'll fix it later bro mentality. More manpower and resources have been poured into this title than ever. Currently we have a whole of 4 studios working on this project, so each of them can focus on separate parts of this game. A single player campaign will be once again returning, and based on all the leaks, a Battle Royale mode will be included at some point. And obviously we'll have the multiplayer, like come on man, it's Battlefield. What did you expect?
Oh my god!
As for developers, for the longest time Studio DICE has been the main driving force of the Battlefield games. While this time they'll be getting considerably more support from other studios so they can focus on the multiplayer experience. For example, Studio Citron will be focusing mainly on the single player campaign while also providing support when necessary. Studio Ripple Effect is developing a new Battlefield experience, which is potentially the Battle Royale mode that has been leaked. While Studio Motive is focusing on creating maps and environment for both the multiplayer and single player. And all of them put together are forming the new Battlefield studios. While Studio Citron and Ripple Effect did help out on the previous Battlefield games, it's good to see that they're adding even more manpower to this project in the form of Studio Motive, as this allows each of the studios to work on their designated workload, rather than shitting out half-baked garbage that will be dead a few weeks after launch. But at the end of the day, fancy trailers, more manpower, like who cares? What we really care about is the gameplay. So one of the main reasons why I think this game might actually turn out really good is the So how does the alpha look and play in its current state? The gunplay overall looks pretty decent. The audio design seems to be crisp and atmospheric, and the animations, albeit a little janky, cause you know it's an alpha, don't look half bad if you ask me. And the destruction really seems to have been amped up, and overall map design and atmosphere just screams Battlefield 3 and 4, which I'm all here for. These are all the right moves in all the right directions, if this game hopes to revive Battlefield. But now once again the $1 million question arises.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Will this game have a good launch or even a decent launch? Maybe, but with their track record you can never know. But as of now, I just don't see that many red flags popping up, and the devs have been a lot more transparent. You can call me gullible all you want, but this time around I'm choosing to be the optimist. I will of course play the beta and make my final judgment after that, but as of now I'm cautiously optimistic. And with the release date being as close to as October this year, and the reveal only happening now, shows me that the devs are confident with the product they already have. So as a long-term fan, I hope they can actually pull it off. And while it might be funny to see another big game flop and have some hihis and hahas about how shit it is, I'm just tired of all my favorite series getting garbage sequels that basically kill the franchise. I just want a good Battlefield game in 2025. Like, is that really too much to ask? But enough yapping now. I've given my 2 cents, but how do you feel about this trailer, the early gameplay, or this game in general? Or maybe you've already completely given up on this franchise, but let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel, as it helps me out a lot. And I'm already working on a couple of new videos, so stay tuned. But with that said, I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye now.